Hey, I'm Kylie of Kylie M Interiors, online paint color consultant, blogger, and e-design specialist. Today we're going to take a look at Sherwin Williams Divine White. As you can see, Divine White is a soft, warm paint color. Now every paint color has an LRV number, which tells you how light or dark it is on a scale of 0, which is black, to 100, which is white. Divine White is at 72, so it really sits in between off-white and light in depth. So it has a bit more body than the average color, well, than the other comparisons really, but I would say that generally speaking it acts more like an off-white because it is a little bit fresh and softer looking. Now every paint color has undertones. Doesn't matter if it's beige, white, gray, whatever. So this fella has a pink undertone and he's not joking around about it. I mean, that being said, it is an undertone. He's not a pink color, but it comes from the red hue family, so the pink is in there, but sometimes you need that. A lot of products in the houses built in the 2000s, they've got a lot of pink undertones in them. So when it comes to wall colors, cabinet colors, colors like these can really save the day, even though sometimes they weren't our first original thought, especially if you're not a fan of pink undertones. Now we're going to do some comparison because whether you're looking for walls, cabinets, whatever, you're going to want to compare to see those changes in undertones, changes in depth. First up, Panda White, and I have reviews on these too if you want to check them out. Panda White, you can see it's lighter, so its LRV is closer to 77 or something. You can see it's less beige looking, so it doesn't have that same pinky orange in there. A little bit more creamy looking in comparison. So when you're looking at these, think of the products in your home. What do they need? What are their undertones? Just because you don't like pink doesn't mean your home doesn't. Or maybe you didn't know Divine White has pink and you want to get the heck out of Dodge. That's okay too. You might like some of these instead. Moderate White. Now this one actually sits right above Divine White. They look very similar in the fan deck. Moderate White just has a bit more orange mixed in, so the pink falls back a bit. I would say that when I'm doing my consulting, I'm more likely to go to Moderate White, a little bit less likely for Divine White. Colors like these two are ones that people look at a lot when they have an exterior with the red tile roof. Very popular. Steamed Milk. You can see it goes a little bit more yellow, a little more creamy looking compared to that beige base, but this is also soft and neutral. It's all very subtle, right? So even though I'm talking pink and orange and all this, they're all just undertones. They're tucked in that neutral base. Creamy is very popular, and I wanted to show it to you because this is a more typical warm color. When people think, oh, I want a warm, soft color, they usually go to colors like creamy because it's a cream. But often, the bit more yellow in it is a bit off with interior products and exterior ones too. Shell White, nah, that works. Let's look at whites now. I want to show you a few whites because you're going to be needing to paint trim. Some people, when they paint their walls a color like Divine White, could be inclined to do the trim, walls, doors, all the same color. You totally can. You would just change the sheen. You know, the walls might be matte or eggshell, trim might be satin, ceiling would be flat, and even that alone is going to give you a little shift in the color because sheen affects how color looks. So another reason I could say that is because if you're painting your kitchen cabinets, those are usually in satin finish. So when light hits that satin finish, it reflects more. So this is going to look lighter, brighter, and a wink more colorful because it usually enhances the color a little bit more too. Whereas on a wall with a matte finish, it doesn't reflect quite as much light back. Whites. Pure white. So that's a soft, warm white, not a really creamy, soft and simple. High reflective white. That's the clean white. If you're curious, this one here is actually Bare Ultra Pure White, which is the legit whitest white on the market. That's why I have it as my base color. But I like high reflective white more for this. Alabaster, right idea, but I think the yellow in alabaster sits a little bit off with the pink in there. So if I were to choose between these three, I'm probably going to hit pure white, or I might ask the paint store if they can try lightening that. I'd start at 25% for a subtle shift. Maybe they could do 50%. I'd see what it looks like. You always can't trust that the undertones will stay the same. Sometimes it works like a hot damn, so it's always worth trying. Painting is a big project. It's worth taking the time to do these things. So there you go. I hope you'll visit me on my Instagram feed or my blog, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel.